The year is 117 AD. We are in ancient Rome. The empire has just reached its absolute territorial zenith under the brilliant, relentless military campaigns of Emperor Trajan. From the misty, rain-lashed hills of Britannia to the sun-scorched deserts of Mesopotamia, unprecedented wealth is flowing toward the capital like rivers converging into the sea. But you are not an ordinary Roman. You do not live in the deafening, fire-prone wooden slums of the Subura, fighting for your daily bread. You belong to the senatorial elite. You are the absolute top 0.1% of the empire. You do not simply live in Rome, you own it. Using advanced AI trained on the meticulously preserved ruins of Pompeii, surviving Patrician ledgers, and the detailed writings of Roman elites like Pliny the Younger, we have completely reconstructed a single day in the life of Rome's richest residents. We are going to step behind the heavy cedar doors of the aristocracy. Imagine commanding a household that runs like a small city, navigating the brutal, unwritten rules of high society dinner parties, and turning even your own death into a spectacular display of unimaginable wealth. Experience the pinnacle of ancient luxury from the inside out. The day begins at dawn, but you do not wake up to the chaotic noise of the streets. The ultimate, most unattainable luxury in ancient Rome is silence. You wake up in your cubiculum, a private, windowless bedroom facing an interior garden. The first light of day filters through the compluvium, the rectangular opening in the ceiling of the main hall, casting a golden glow across the shallow, reflective pool of water below. You hear the faint, soothing sound of trickling water from your private marble fountains. In a city where over 1 million people must carry their water by hand in heavy clay jugs from public basins, you have running water piped directly into your home through a dedicated branch of the imperial aqueduct. Securing that lead pipe connection required immense political influence and staggering bribes. You do not dress yourself. A senator does not perform manual labor, even upon his own body. A specialized slave, the vestiarius, is already standing by your bed. He expertly drapes the most important garment on earth around your shoulders, the toga. It is 6 meters of heavy, blindingly white wool, but what matters is the edge. Running along your tunic and toga is the latus clavus, a broad stripe of Tyrian purple. That single stripe, dyed using the crushed glands of thousands of sea snails, announces your supreme senatorial rank to every single person you pass. Another slave approaches with small glass vials. You are anointed not with local olive oil, but with incredibly expensive, imported perfumes. You smell of spikenard from the deep mountains of India and cinnamon that has traveled for months by sea and camel caravan. Your morning grooming routine involves products that crossed 3 continents just to reach this single room. By the 3rd hour after sunrise, the private peace of the morning ends. The public part of your day begins in the atrium. A Roman domus is not a private sanctuary to escape the world. It is a highly engineered machine designed to project authority. The atrium is vast, flanked by columns of colored marble quarried in Egypt and Greece. The floor is an ocean of intricate mosaic tiles. In the corners of the room sit wooden shrines holding the imagines, highly realistic wax death masks of your famous ancestors. They stare down at the room, silently declaring the ancient, powerful bloodline of your family. The heavy front doors are thrown open and the atrium fills with visitors. This is the Salutatio. Dozens of poorer, free Roman men, your clients, have been waiting outside your door since before dawn. They depend entirely on your patronage. You sit upon an elevated ivory chair in your tablinum, your official study. Standing right behind you is a highly educated slave known as a nomenclator. His entire purpose in life is to have an encyclopedic memory. As each client approaches, the nomenclator subtly whispers the man's name and his business directly into your ear. You greet the client by name. The illusion of personal friendship is incredibly powerful. One man asks for legal protection in a property dispute. Another needs a small loan to keep his bakery open. A third simply extends his hand for the sportula, a daily handout of food or silver coins that keeps him from starving. It looks like charity, but it is a ruthless, highly calculated transaction. In exchange for your favors, these men are your political foot soldiers. They will vote exactly how you tell them to. They will spread positive gossip about you in the public baths. They will form a massive physical entourage around you when you walk the streets, physically demonstrating your power to your rivals. Your influence is not just measured in gold. It is measured by the sheer volume of men standing in your atrium. By late morning, the clients are dismissed, and the actual high-stakes business of the empire takes place. You meet with your procurators, the educated freedmen who manage your vast financial portfolio. The wealth of the Roman elite is not passive. It requires constant, aggressive management. Your steward reports on the olive harvest from your sprawling countryside estates in Campania. An accountant details the rental income from the rickety, 5-story insulae apartment buildings you own in the working-class slums. A business agent negotiates your investment in a fleet of massive grain ships sailing from Alexandria. If those ships arrive safely, your fortune multiplies. If they sink in a Mediterranean storm, you absorb the loss. You never personally touch a sack of grain or swing a hammer, but your ledgers control the very lifeblood of the city. Even your family is a business asset. Marriage at this level of society has absolutely nothing to do with love. It is a calculated, strategic alliance. You spend the late morning negotiating the marriage of your teenage daughter to the son of a rival senatorial family. Elite families only marry other elite families. Anything else is an unforgivable scandal. When the wedding day eventually arrives, it will be a spectacle of tradition. Your daughter will wear a bright orange-yellow veil called the flammium. In an ancient, deeply symbolic ritual, her hair will be parted using the tip of an iron spear. She will be carried through the streets in a torchlit procession, merging your fortunes and securing your political voting bloc for the next generation. By early afternoon, it is time to venture out into the city. But a man of your immense status does not walk in the mud. Wheeled vehicles are strictly banned in Rome during daylight hours because the streets are too narrow and the crowds too dense. You step out of your front door and climb into a lectica, a luxurious portable litter. It is a cushioned bed mounted on long wooden poles, surrounded by curtains of imported Parthian silk. The litter is hoisted onto the shoulders of 8 massive, highly trained slaves, chosen specifically for their matching height and strength. As you are carried through the winding streets, your bodyguards walk ahead, using heavy wooden staffs to physically shove the massive crowds of commoners out of your way. Inside the litter, the curtains are drawn back just enough for the city to see the heavy gold rings on your fingers, some set with emeralds and pearls imported from distant seas. You can read, write letters, or even sleep, completely insulated from the deafening noise and filth of the million people swarming below you. You arrive at the Baths of Trajan. This is not a quick wash. It is the epicenter of elite social strategy. The bath complex covers 25 acres of prime real estate. You do not enter alone. Your slaves follow you, carrying thick Egyptian linen towels, strigils for scraping the skin, and fresh clay jars of incredibly expensive scented oils. The architecture is a staggering feat of Roman engineering. You walk under massive vaulted concrete ceilings that will not be matched in Europe for another 1,000 years. You undress and move into the tepidarium, the warm room. The floors are perfectly heated from beneath by the subterranean furnaces. You are surrounded by original Greek bronze statues, looted from conquered cities centuries ago. You are here for the conversations that happen between the rooms. Through the steam, you encounter other senators and powerful equestrians. The political pulse of the empire is taken right here. You whisper about who is rising in Emperor Trajan's favor, which highly lucrative provincial governorships in Asia Minor are opening up, and complain about recent laws attempting to limit luxury spending, laws that you and everyone else in the room entirely ignore. While slaves massage oil into your skin and scrape away the sweat, empires are carved up and alliances are sealed. By the late afternoon, the shadows stretch across the city and you return to your domus for the absolute climax of elite Roman life, the Cena, the formal dinner party. At this level of wealth, dinner is not a meal. It is a highly competitive, theatrical performance designed to prove your absolute dominance over the natural world. You host the dinner in your triclinium. 9 carefully selected guests, powerful allies and influential poets, recline on 3 massive U-shaped couches. Romans do not sit in chairs to eat formal meals. You lounge comfortably on your left elbow, leaving your right hand free to take the food. The room is illuminated by dozens of flickering bronze oil lamps. Slaves have scattered a thick layer of fresh, fragrant rose petals entirely across the mosaic floor. The menu is an orchestrated display of imperial reach. The gustatio, the appetizer course, is brought in. You are served fresh oysters that were shipped alive from the freezing coasts of Britannia, and dormice that have been specially fattened in dark clay jars, roasted and glazed with honey and poppy seeds. Then comes the main event. Slaves enter in a slow, dramatic procession. They present a massive silver platter holding flamingo tongues and a whole peacock that has been roasted and then painstakingly redressed in its own iridescent, brilliant feathers. You are eating sea urchins from Sicily and mullet fish that were swimming in your country villa's private saltwater ponds just this morning. Evidence suggests that dozens of rare birds might be slaughtered simply to provide a single, exotic delicacy for this one night. Between courses, the entertainment begins. A dancer from Syria performs, her silk costume catching the lamplight. A hired poet recites verses specifically composed to compare your family to mythological heroes. The wine flows endlessly, but it is not cheap tavern wine. This is vintage Falernian. The clay amphorae are labelled with the names of the consuls who were in power the exact year the grapes were harvested decades ago. And you do not drink it warm. In a staggering display of logistical wealth, slaves serve the wine mixed with pure white snow that has been rushed down from the peaks of the Apennine Mountains by a relay of fast horses wrapped in straw to prevent it from melting in the summer heat. As your guests eat from delicate blown glass cups and admire your imported Greek library, the message is undeniably clear. Each course demonstrates your taste, your wealth, and your sheer ability to command resources from the furthest, darkest edges of the known world. Late into the night, the last guests are carried home in their litters. You walk alone into your peristyle garden. The fountains murmur quietly. The scent of roses mixes with Mediterranean herbs. You stand at the absolute pinnacle of human history. The wealth concentrated in this one city will not last forever, but tonight, surrounded by marble and the gentle sound of imported water, it feels eternal. But even the wealthiest patrician in Rome cannot escape the final reality, and when that day inevitably comes, even death is weaponized to display your status. When you die, your body will lie in state in the atrium for up to 7 days. A silver coin will be placed upon your tongue as payment for Charon, the ferryman of the underworld. Then begins the pompa, the spectacular funeral procession. It will wind through the very center of the Roman Forum. You will not go quietly. Your family will hire dozens of professional mourners to wail and tear at their clothing, because the more people crying, the wealthier the deceased. Musicians will play haunting melodies on brass horns. Most incredibly, actors will walk in the procession wearing the ancient wax death masks of your ancestors, literally bringing the ghosts of your powerful lineage back to life to escort you from the city. Your body will be cremated outside the city walls, and your ashes will be placed in a massive, elaborate stone tomb lining the Appian Way. For centuries to come, every traveller walking the great highway into Rome will pass your monument, forced to look upon the name of a man who once owned the world. That was the life of Rome's ultra-elite in 117 AD. It was a life of supreme privilege, ruthless social mechanics, and a level of unapologetic luxury that remains staggering even by modern standards. They used their homes, their marriages, and their very meals to forge an empire of influence. The marble eventually fell and the empire collapsed into the dust of history. But the architecture of their ambition, the way they designed their spaces to command respect and project power, still echoes in the halls of wealth today. History is written by the victors, but it is lived by the people who commanded the wealth of the world. This video is brought to you by the Paladin Learn History app. Scan the QR code to learn more history.